Good morning, I'm Harvey Hernandez, and I'll be giving you instructions on how to operate the Rolloff truck, or RO Unit 167. This is the unit that we use when we move any type of heavy boxes, roll-off boxes, bag boxes, or any type of other type of boxes that need to be taken to various types of sites. So depending on what truck you have different type of levers. This one has 6 functions where most trucks will have 3. The first lever operates the boom up and down. The second lever operates the cable in and out. The third lever operates the stinger and or tail in and out. The fourth lever operates the main shaft for the canopy to go up and down. The fifth lever operates the actual canopy extension and retraction. The last lever indicates the tension on the canopy itself. So you can either make it tighter or make it looser depending on the material you're hauling. Engage your PTO to operate the roll-off unit. PTO, hit the brake, PTO on. Inside of the truck you have 3 levers here. You have the hoist up and down, the cable in and out, and the tail or stinger in and out. So from this position, you can actually look in the back through the back window and test all 3 to ensure they're working properly. These 2 switches control the drop axles. The top one is of course the one closest to the cab. The bottom one is the one furthest from the cab. Hit these 2, and you look outside. You either step out or look through the window to ensure both axles go down. They both go down. Inflate them so they both go back up. Once you perform your function test and you're ready to go, you want to walk over to the box that you're going to be loading so you can make sure it's properly secured and or closed. If it's not closed like this one is currently, you want to make sure that you tarp it. When you tarp it, you have the right tool here. This will help you untarp and tarp the box. Since this box is already tarped, what you're looking for is to make sure that it's correctly tied down with bungees and straps. As you can see right now, there's 3 straps on here. These will keep it from flying around when going down the road and secure any type of material from flying out. From the front, you can see that there's bungees. These bungees do the same thing. They secure the ends of the tarp. On the back side, you're looking at the bungees and the ratchets. So here are the bungees, and in this particular box has 3 ratchets. You have a center one. You want to make sure they're tied down tight. This prevents any kind of leakage if the box is full or any type of material from spilling out. On both sides, you have chain ratchets. You got to make sure that they're tight. Make sure they're good to go. This will help you keep material from falling out or possibly coming out if it's loaded. Right now what I'm doing is just checking all of them, make sure they're good to go. How this one's a little loose, you can make it a little tighter. Ensure your safety chain is hooked up and not dangling. Once the roll-off box has been secured, go ahead and be ready to load it up. This roll-off unit has a manual bumper. So of course, when you're rolling down the road, this has to be in the down position. When you're loading, it has to be in the up position. But see how it just flops back down? There's a locking pin that goes with this. It's always located in this position. Easier for the driver to know where it's at all times. Pull it out, take the pin off, raise up the bumper, install the pin, and install the locking pin. So that way when you're loading the box, it can't come apart, it can't fall down and cause damage to the bumper. So let's load this box. Raise the boom. A good indicator to show you when the boom is close to the ground is by watching the rear suspension. Once you see the rear suspension raise up a little bit, you can go ahead and lower it back down. That'll give you a good indicator you're right at that level. If it doesn't raise up, go ahead and always check it. It's always better to be safe than sorry. As you can see, it's right at that level. So now we're gonna go ahead and take the stinger out. That's gonna raise it up. As you can see, the rear suspension will go up when the stinger's down. So when you need to, just lower it back down to where it's flush. Once you're at that flush state, go ahead and release the cable tension. You can see the boom is all the way up. The stinger is out touching the ground. We'll probably go up a little bit more to load the box up. And I release the cable. So now you're gonna pull the cable tension out just to give you the slack you need to hook up to the box. Now these boxes have a front hooking point to lift. You're gonna take this attachment, hook it to the box. Once that's complete, as you can tell, there's a small gap between the box and the stinger. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lower it down and we're gonna extend the stinger out to make sure it's hugging it. Extend the stinger out, once again looking at your rear suspension. You see it come up, lower back down. Lower the boom down some more. Drop the stinger. You see the suspension go up, lower it. And it might take a couple times to get it to where you need to. But it's better to be safe than sorry. As you can see right now, the stinger's extended out a little bit, close to the box. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna start putting tension on the cable to bring the box towards us. So to start pulling tension on the cable, once you see that tension is good, you're gonna slowly bring it towards the truck. When it's about a foot off the truck, off the ground, you're gonna come back, check it. At this point is a critical point. If it's on correctly, it's where it should be right now. If you're off or need to make adjustments, you can still drop the box right now to where you can safely do so. You don't wanna load it up incorrectly and it be on a teeter. That could cause issues, damage to the equipment. Not only that, but the box could fall off. So currently the box is in a good position. We'll continue loading it up. As you're loading it up, you want to make sure the area behind the box is clear. For some reason, if the cable is to give or something is to fail, no one is behind the box to cause damage, harm, injury, or even death. So when you're ready to go, start lifting the cable up. Now what you're looking for right here is to make sure that the box is lined up correctly. If it's not lined up correctly, it'll be teeter-tottering to one or the other side. Right now it's riding good on the rails. You can see it's good flush all the way down so that we can continue loading the box. As you bring the cable in, you can boom up to keep it steady. Once it's fully on, you can ride it all the way till it hits the stoppers. Once it hits the stoppers, go ahead and bring it down. Ensuring that everything's clear, bring in your stinger. All right, now that the box is loaded, all the way to the stoppers, we're gonna install the safety straps. Each truck should have a safety strap. It's part of your pre-checks. Make sure you have them before you leave. You raise up the lock, extend it out, hook it onto the box, make it tight. If something is to happen where the cable becomes loose, this will help keep the box on the rails. You can tell there's still a little bit of play there. You want to make them as snug as possible. There's a tool that's located on the driver's side that we can use to tighten it. A little hide hole that it fits right into, that's where it stays during travel. There's your load bar. So it's snug. If you want to make it a little bit tighter, you bring it down, make it nice and snug. Still loose. You want it to be nice and snug, but not too overly tight. You still have a little bit of movement, but it's not slack. You'll do the same thing to the other side. Since you're back here, just don't forget about your bar. Set it to the side. Go ahead, remove the locking pin. Raise up on the bumper, remove the pin itself. Drop it back down. Install the load bar back in original housing. Make sure the pin lock is back in the pin. Put it inside your door jamb. Do your 360 walk around, ensuring that the load is secured. There's no loose bungees, loose straps. There's nothing hanging out that could cause damage or fly off during travel. So do your full 360 check, ensuring everything is good to go. While you're doing this, you're also checking your tires, just double checking everything. Another point to your 360 is while you were loading, you don't know if somebody came in front of you, if something moved. It's always good to do a 360 walk around and ensure you're good. Once you're good to go, you do your 360, hop in the cab, shut off your PTO, and you're ready to go. You reach your destination, turn on your PTO, grab your locking pin. You have to put your bumper in the upright position again when loading and unloading, so that way it doesn't cause damage. Insert the pin, insert the locking pin, make sure it's good. Once that's ready to go, you grab your load bar. You're gonna release the tension from the straps and stow them away, the safety straps. Make sure it's locked and secured. Grab your load bar, put it back in its housing. There's no one in the way, no damage, no equipment that can get damaged. Get ready to drop the box. So the first thing you're gonna do is raise the boom up about 5 to 6 feet. This gives it the angle so that we can start releasing the cable. If the cable doesn't release, you don't see the box start to go back, you might need to raise the boom up higher. Release the cable, box will start flowing back. When it gets about a quarter of the way back, extend your stinger or your tail. About halfway, continue raising the boom and lowering the box until it makes contact. Once contact is made, ensure there's always tension on the cable. Raise the boom up. Release cable. It'll slowly come down. Before it touches the ground, make sure you stop. You want to check to make sure your stinger or tail is close to the ground. So continue to lower. Once it's lowered, go ahead and release the tension on the cable. You'll see the piston come all the way in. Piston is fully retracted. You can grab the cable, pull on it for the slack, so that way you can grab the hook and unhook it from the box lifting point. Once that's secured and ready to go, bring in the stinger or tail. Extend the cable. Now the reason why you're going to be extending the cable is because there's a lot. Grab your cable. place it in the lock, the holder for the cable, and then finish tightening the cable and lowering the boom. You gotta be nice and snug. Once the cable's secured, come back, remove the locking pin, the lock, drop the bumper, and like before, prior to leaving, you do a 360 walk around your truck to ensure there's nothing under your tires, no new equipment has gone in your way or around the vehicle, and also you're checking everything on your truck as well, the tires, pistons, lug nuts. You're checking everything as you go around to ensure that your truck is still in good operating condition. Ensuring that you're in the lock position and they're not going to free flow and fall out. Once you're done doing your 360, get ready to head off to your next location. Shut the PTO off, you'll hear it calm down, and you're ready to go. Now, from unloading and loading, some of the major issues that you're going to come across are operators not removing the safety straps when they go to load and unload. When you don't remove the safety straps and you raise up to, when you boom up to dump the load, if you have to remove the box a little bit or drop the box, you'll rip the straps. When you're towing, you got to make sure your bumper is in the upright position. I've seen operators where they back up with the bumper still down to a pup and they rip the hydraulic lines or air lines out just because they didn't raise the bumper. It's always good to do a 360 continuously as much as needed to ensure you're doing your job safely. Always do a 360 around your truck because any environment can change, anything new, things change continuously. So it's always good to do a 360 around your truck to ensure that you're always aware of your surroundings. If the box is empty, we can probably load it up without disengaging the service brake. However, when the box is full, what you want to do is you'll make sure that the cable is attached to the hook on the box, and before you start pulling it, you disengage the brake with you in the cab to ensure that the box and the truck aren't going to roll together. If they don't roll together, you start loading the box up and you'll see the truck get fed underneath the box as it's being loaded. Before it goes to the full load on position, you want to apply your brake and then load it up the rest of the way. If you don't know, ask. Communication is key. It's always better to ask and find out the right answer than assume you can figure it out or assume you know the right answer and an incident occur, damage to property, injury to yourself. Always ask. Communication is key.